contrast. But yeah, 1.43% returning, 2.26 conversion rate. I believe that's pretty standard. Average order value is 34, but we bumped it up here at the end, and I'll talk about how I did that. Had almost 20,000 orders here. You can see the personalized necklace was the top product, and we'll get into the whole website. Almost 99% traffic on mobile. I'm guessing the desktop people saw our TikTok ads and then came in later on the computer. They opened an email from us or something along those lines. So we primarily targeted the US. That's pretty common for all the stores that I run. Canada and UK definitely had some notable sessions. China in there too as well. That's kind of funny. I think that might have came from organic because we definitely never targeted China. But yeah, these are some of the numbers. So let's jump into the store. So if we hit here, you're going to be very underwhelmed, very, very underwhelmed. And there's some ups and downs with this store. So this was the testing store, if you will. This is where I really learned everything with TikTok and kind of got my feet wet and saw successes. And overall, for kind of like having a testing store, being able to hit almost 800,000 in like a year is pretty good in my book. But this store is basic, and I'll tell you why it wasn't kind of developed into higher levels. Later in this course, I'm going to be going over like literally hundreds of websites, showing you what's good, what's bad, different brands, all those good things. And you'll notice through the video that I'll do later that this is a very bad store. This is a very simple store. It's a very easy store. It's nothing special at all, but it was still able to bring in 770,000. So this is the store to give you kind of a storyline of how it came to be. The first thing I want to go over is this, the vintage photo keychain. This was the product that started it all. So let's go to the product page again. Underwhelming, very, very underwhelming. It's almost unbelievable to think that this store actually brought in that amount of money, but it just goes to show you that I think a lot of beginners, a lot of people that if this is your first store, you're going to be really caught up in like, oh, I have to make my store perfect or I'll never get sales, or all this money I spend on ads is just going to go down the toilet because they're going to come see a horrible website and never purchase. And honestly, it's just not the case. You'll come to find that in my later video when I do case studies of other people's stores and other brands and break things down, that a lot of stores look like shit and they do millions in sales. Right? There's a lot of boomer websites. They look really bad. I'd call this a boomer website for sure, right? This looks horrible. This is a video I took in a spiritual shop with my girlfriend. That's her hands holding the thing. You can literally see me in the picture. It's like iPhone video, 2 seconds, AliExpress images. Like, it does not get easier, right? And I don't recommend this, I'll be honest. This store is still in testing phase. It was never branched out into the full branding mode because this was testing grounds. And again, because we had so many issues, it was too inconsistent, and there was bigger opportunities and other stores I wanted to focus on instead of just this. But honestly, if I took this to the full brand mode, like kind of what I'll show you in the later videos of stores that go into full brand mode, I think this could do millions a month in sales. Honestly, I think it could fully take over the whole industry. And honestly, I think this product's decent right now, but be careful with me saying that. A lot of people are obviously going to go jump in and try it. So be aware of that. But yeah, to break down kind of how the store came to be, my Facebook ads were down. I got taken down. TikTok was just coming out and I wanted to jump into it. And I had a friend that recommended me the relationship niche. He said, it's doing well on TikTok. I have a store that's doing it. Why don't you go give it a shot? So I looked up products that kind of fit this relationship niche, or like a gift for a loved one. And that's obviously where the name came in. Super simple. Like, this is just text on Canva, guys. Like, boys, this is as bare bones as it gets, right? So attempt this product. And the reason I chose this product is because I found a good video ad for it. So I did what you'll later come to understand as the reverse method, the reverse research method, which we'll get into later. But I found the video ad first. So that gave me the framework of everything I needed. Because if you find a winning video ad, you see an advertisement on TikTok, tons of views, tons of likes, it shows that that's a winning product. And it also shows a winning video ad. And it also shows a winning website. It also shows a winning product description, and so on. It shows an entire blueprint, if you will, of a good product. So I found a really good video ad and basically just took it. Honestly, I basically just took their ad. I outperformed them on advertising, on budget. And believe it or not, this website was better than theirs, which is pretty sad to say. But yeah, this product took off. And this was basically probably up to here, probably around 200, 300K was brought in. And around January, something really cool happened. So, I mean, yeah, go visit this website, Loving Surprise, go study it. A little 10%. Woo! Everything's designed for mobile, so do keep that in mind. The desktop version's not the best, but it's pretty ass in general. But anyway, something amazing happened January. I found this brand, Wear Felicity. So these guys, to give a brief history on them, they started as like a pet channel. So the dude that runs this, he was running, or maybe still is running, a very big like dog page, some Instagram page at like millions of followers. So they started selling these dog rings, and they started selling this pet necklace, and then they found the heart necklace, and then they just really branched into like custom photo bracelets, everything. And so I saw some advertisements for this product. I was like, ooh, Loving Surprise, doesn't that fit perfect? Maybe I can outbrand him, right? Maybe I can outwork this guy. Maybe I can take some inspiration from him, take this product and go even farther. So jumped into this product, and that's when we saw basically this spike. So it might have been this one here a little bit too, but these big divots, these big horrible downfalls were ad accounts being taken down. And this is still an issue with TikTok a little bit, but not as much, because you have to understand that TikTok was basically birthed in like this time period, right? Like right around here. So it was brand new, absolutely brand new. There's issues, there's a ton of things, and my ad account got taken down many, many times. But basically this product was probably like over 400,000. So definitely, maybe even 5, honestly, maybe 5. So a good majority of our sales were coming from this necklace. And sad to say, I didn't even branch into the bracelet, and the bracelet's their top product right now. If you click their Google ad, it goes right to the bracelet. So that's kind of how you know their top product. I'll be teaching you guys a bunch of little hacks like that, but they're sending all their Google traffic to their top product, right? They're not going to send it to their worst product. So this one's the big winner right here. I don't know if these reviews are legit, but these guys, they're still kind of sleeping. Like honestly, you could still scale this product up a ton and brand it in a way better way. I don't want to be like a super big advocate for this product, this kind of like industry, because I haven't tested it in a while, and maybe it is dying, maybe it is dead. But if you have good video ads, you can make anything come alive. And this was a really good product, and it wasn't too long ago, right? I mean, depends what time you're going through this course. Everything's relative, right? But it wasn't too long ago from when I'm filming this now. So definitely some potential there. So we tried some different products. We did like a sterling silver, kind of like a upsell for it. We tried to jump into the pet niche, targeting pet people, making like pet videos. This calendar keychain took like a little bit of buzz. It maybe got like 10,000 in sales and just kind of fizzled out. We couldn't get good video ads going for it. And that's something you'll come to find with TikTok and with Facebook as well, is your success is based on your video ads, honestly. So obviously you have to have a good product, right? Obviously you have to have a decent website at least, but this is a good example of not having to have the best website. But truly at the end of the day, the absolute best thing, aside from having a winning product, because we know we need that the most, it's your video ads. So all these big influxes came in when we had a really good video ad, right? So, our video ad died. Ad account went down. We got the ad account back. And then, we got a new video ad working really good. So obviously I'll explain everything in depth, but that's a good kind of gist of the storyline of this store. And now I want to jump into TikTok and show you guys a little bit about the ads we're making and give you more context there. So Loving Surprise is the brand name. And if you'll notice here, we have some videos with some decent views. We got 2 million. 1.7, but there was way more. So let's start at the start of the story. You can see all of these video ads for the little keychain, right, with the little photos in it. Then the calendar, didn't see too much success, and then we got the photo necklace going. So we had some UGC people. These basically were all of like our own personal videos, but the real thing that was bringing in the majority of sales, low key, was basically just grabbing Wear Felicity's ads. So let's quickly dive into their TikTok. So let's check some of their ads. And I think why I saw so much instant success is I was able to outperform them on ads. At the end of the day, I think the guy that's running this store is pretty good. He knows what he's doing to a decent extent with e-commerce. But I think I was outperforming him on ads because we had views up to 13, 14, 15 million on some videos, and that's where we're getting a bulk amount of our sales. And these views aren't organic, so we'll dive into a bunch of things. I'm probably getting ahead of myself in explanations, but it's good to know. So this is what's called a Spark post ad, and what that is this is an organic TikTok video. They made it, they posted it on TikTok itself, then they went into TikTok's advertisement platform, picked this video as the video ad, started pumping it full of money, and that's where all the views came. That's where all these comments came from. So almost all of these are Spark ads. So if we understand that, we can understand that, okay, this video got a ton of sales, but it fell off around 9 million views, right? Or else he would have kept the ads going. It'd be at a billion views, right? If he's still making money, he would have kept going. So that's a cool way you can kind of jump in and understand how good a certain creative is, how good a video ad is. This one was a really good hook. So basically what I would do is grab these videos. I would use this hook. We never really used that hook, but we probably should have because it got so many views. And then we would put our videos behind it. So we'd just grab their hooks because basically the hook's the most important part. I could have the best product, the best website, the best video ad in the world. But if the first 3 seconds of my video ad are horrible, then the person scrolls away, right? So I didn't get anything. Even though the rest of the video is a proven video, it gets so much sales. It's absolutely amazing. It doesn't matter if the hook didn't get them. I also use this hook a ton. Use this one a little bit, but it wasn't too good. And I'll go into like legalities. I'll go into the issues of using people's videos, and you have to be very careful, right? There's obviously the little moral debate, but there's also things you just want to be careful legal wise. And there is some kind of gray lines. There's some things you can do, but overall, my biggest thing I could say is I don't recommend it. I don't recommend stealing videos. But the only kind of caveat to that is you can do it in the testing phase. You can do it when you're validating a product. And obviously I'm over explaining. Obviously we'll get into all that stuff. But yeah, this was basically the rundown. So we were grabbing videos from these guys, and this guy was getting pissed because clearly I was scooping up a lot of his potential business. And so he kept trying to file what's called a DMCA claim. Basically just saying that we're taking like his pictures, because TikTok didn't really care. He would try to file things to TikTok and they wouldn't do anything. So he filed something to Shopify saying that, hey, these product images, those are my product images. And we were using his product images, but it's not really his, like he grabbed it from the supplier anyway. He grabbed it off AliExpress, whatever. It's not like he took these pictures with his camera, took the background out, put it in and uploaded himself, right? He just got it from a manufacturer and probably added this part to it. So it was kind of a petty argument to make with Shopify just to get us shut down. So I had to go pay someone to like do these 3D renderings. So they're all different, whatever. He takes the store down. And eventually I think he filed so many complaints with TikTok that they did take our video ads down. So we had about like 5 times this in video ads. We were pumping video, honestly, probably like 20 times this, pumping video ads out, taking and mix and mashing all his clips into new ones, bulk testing them on TikTok, seeing what works, scaling up budgets huge. And we'll go into strategies obviously, but that's basically what happened. That's basically it. And if we want to go into some nitty gritty of like, oh, what was your ad copy? Oh, what was your offer? And all those things. I'll be real with you, on TikTok, doesn't really matter. Get a good product, get some good video ads, test them a bunch, let TikTok tell you what works, and then just run with it, right? You might have a video ad like, I thought this video ad was really good. Need some gift ideas. That's what we specialize in, and it promoted every product. 2K views. This thing, I ran paid traffic to this, horrible, absolutely horrible, right? So you can't really have these predetermined ideas. Oh, this is a good video ad. You never know, right? You never know until you post it. You never know until you run ads to it and kind of see what happens. But this was our framework. This is how we got all of our sales. Now, I also want to go over like branding. You can clearly see there wasn't too much of it in here, right? There's no custom content. There's no like brand ethos. There's no like emotion we're selling with the product, which is important, but we're not doing that, right? Because this was testing phase store. Yes, it has potential of like loving surprises, relationship products. So there was good thought to it. There was good framework and good long-term potential. There was just no execution. But yeah, the branding, the vibe was, hey, get something cute for someone you love, right? Something custom. All of these are custom products. So that's the route I was planning to take this. And by all means, if you resonate with this, if you think you could crush it on these products, this brand, it does pretty good on TikTok, and I bet it could crush it on Facebook. I haven't tried this store or these products on Facebook, but if you want to go for it, just beware that there's going to be a ton of other students that do. But essentially that was kind of like the goal with the brand, is like, let's focus on custom, let's scale out gifts, let's find new ones, let's go crazy on influencers, UGC content, all that stuff. But we just kept getting taken down from this guy. He kept going crazy. And ultimately there were some other stores that were taking off that kind of got my eyes away from this store. Now, something I want to go over is right here, this little bump in our AOV, average order value. So when someone comes to your store and they only pay $30 and you have a product cost of around, I think this was like $9, $10 was our average product cost. That means you essentially have like $18 to pay in ads, right? That's not too high. But if your average person is coming in and spending 45 and your product costs 9, then we have a lot more room to have like issues with ads, to have ads that aren't too good and we can still be profitable, or we can have ads that are really good and just make way more profit, right? So your AOV is really big. You want it to be as high as possible. And what we did to get this bounce is a couple things. So something I will show here is if you go to apps, a lot of the apps I had are taken down because when this store shut down, I was like, I'm just going to remove all the things that were like expensive monthly costs. Like a lot of these installed apps aren't on there anymore. And so like our email marketing and our SMS retargeting, like through text messages and stuff, isn't on here anymore. Like I can't go back and go see it all. But something we did was after someone purchases, they instantly get a discount code to purchase again. So 20% off, potentially sometimes it was even 30 on like holidays or whatever. And we would say, hey, thanks for purchasing with us. Here's 20% off your next purchase. So that would be in their confirmation email right when they order. And that's basically where we got all of these. So that bumped our average order value a little bit because each customer is spending more money. So the next thing we did was upsells, like direct upsells, and the app's not on here anymore. But basically, if you ordered this product, you put your image in, you hit add to cart, you would get offered a $5 gift box. And the gift box did pretty good. If we can see, yeah, premium gift box, we had 4,400 people purchase that. And we only started selling it when we already probably had around 5,000 sales. So the conversion rate, like the amount of people that bought the gift box was huge. We also sold a 2-year warranty for like $3 or $5 or something. And that's basically what got our price up. So we had an extra like $2 here, an extra, I think it was like $5 or $6 for the gift box. And that's where we got this jump from like an average 30 to a 45. Something else we also did was when you check out of the website, there's an option to give us a tip. 5, 10, 15%. And that added in some AOV. So super good to know there. That was something that really helped. We were really profitable in this section before everything ultimately got taken down and just kind of decided to give up. So when it comes to like retargeting, when it comes to back-end structures and stuff, we just had some really basic email flows through Klaviyo. We had some basic flows on SMS bump, and I think it's like text cart or something for SMS. We had a little bit of Google smart shopping, a little bit of like Google retargeting. And honestly, like retargeting on TikTok is really ass, so we didn't do too much there. And that was basically it. Like this was not like the most neat and tidy, clean, good example store, right? This is just like stumbling into TikTok ads and trying to figure out what works. And it did work really good. The average profit margin was around 20%, even through all these big issues of getting taken down. So if we had a smooth journey, this could have really gone crazy and I could have put my full time into it and it could have been branded and really taken long term. But yeah, that just wasn't the case. And that basically summarizes it, guys. And I'll show our advertising strategies on a later video when we get into that with TikTok. So guys, that basically wraps up everything with the store. I know I didn't talk too much about like the advertising strategies and stuff like that, but we will get into that when we go over the TikTok ads. I just wanted to give a brief rundown of what worked, show you some numbers, show you some kind of in action stuff, right? Like here's our video ads, like go check them out, go see what worked, what didn't. Go check out Wear Felicity. These guys are still selling. They're still doing pretty good. You can go check their Facebook ads. And yeah, I hope that kind of gave you guys some good insight. If you have any questions, there's any other things you kind of want to learn about this store, make sure you go throw those in the community group. And when it comes to action steps, honestly, there's not really too much on this, right? This is just a case study. I'm just kind of showing you guys what was up, what the journey was, explaining the graphs, explaining the numbers, and kind of what happened. So hopefully you learned something good, and I will see you in the next video where I will break down my Facebook store that did 2 million in sales. We'll see you in there. All right, welcome in, boys. Today we're going to be going over my store that I did 2 million in sales with, and this one was only through Facebook. So kind of an interesting contrast having a store that was solely TikTok and a store that's solely Facebook. So I think these are beautiful examples of showing you guys different strategies, different potentials, and the different approaches that really work well based on the different media platforms. This breakdown is going to be extremely similar to the last one, talking about my strategy, what products I did, why I did it, giving the full storylines, and giving you guys basically anything that you want to know or anything you might need to know to see success in the store that you make. This store is interesting because Facebook is coming back now. Facebook has had a ton of issues, and overall I think it is a burning bridge. I think it's a ship that has set sail and is not going to be coming back anytime soon. But for the time being, Facebook is less strict. It is possible to get on there. It is possible to run some ads. So before Facebook really kind of dies out, which I think is its imminent future, this old strategy that I used to do is still working. I'm finding people doing it now, and I've met with some very high up people that have notified me that they're still doing this same strategy that I did back in 2019 and some of 2020 with this store that did 2 million. So interesting stuff. We'll jump into all the strategies, give you guys everything you need to know, and I will see you in there. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the big store. This is one of my top stores. This is Street Style Men. So this is the store I did 2 million in sales on Facebook ads. Thankfully crossed the milestone, almost didn't, almost got stopped at 1.9. We have a ton of sessions, right? So our number isn't too close. We usually want those to be even or the sales higher. But yeah, this was my store from like 2020 to 2021 December 30th. So this store like fully died, and then I started the TikTok store right after. So little timeline stuff for you there. We had a high average order value, pretty extremely low conversion rate. It seems like ton of add to carts, but almost no one reached checkout. And this was kind of due to, we were doing worldwide marketing. So some people would add to cart and they would have some issues, right? Like their currency, their location, their country, something along those lines would prohibit them purchasing or their checkout process. We had a really high customer return rate, and I'll be real with you, don't really know why. That one just might have to remain a slight mystery. I did do a ton of email marketing. I paid someone to really dive in on this store and crush emails. So I'm assuming it was from them. I had a retainer of around, I want to say 3,000 a month, something along those lines. And they honestly crushed emails. The Klaviyo account did really good on emails. You can see the top products here: Space mesh sneaker, durable leather sandal, sneaker, turtleneck sweater, and another sweater. So this store was kind of around men's fashion. Well, it was around men's fashion, but kind of more of like a, 150,000 just from marketing. So this is just from Klaviyo, I believe. So pretty decent there, because we only started, or actually, I think this was me around here. Then they came in and kind of blew it up. So, but yeah, they were working on it around the whole time frame. So Klaviyo sales, pretty decent. We had a ton of people from India and Pakistan that would view the store. I think there was checkout issues for them though, so I think that's kind of why the conversions were a little bit low there. But yeah, shoes seem to do really well in this store. And what's interesting is a lot of the people that I'm finding still using this old strategy are selling shoes. So big value bomb there. Shoes on Facebook do really good, and they have a high perceived value and really good margins. So super interesting, but we will be diving into that in one of the later videos. So we have 30,000 orders here and a pretty high AOV. So that's really why this store did so good, is that average order value, man. Having $62 as an average customer spending helps you spend a lot more on ads. It helps you do a lot. So let's jump into this store. And again, pretty underwhelming. We have, this one was a little bit better on desktop, but it's on the same theme as the Loving Surprise one. It's called the Turbo Portland theme, and I can give you guys a free download on it. Or I believe you can literally just Google free Turbo Portland theme and grab that. But here it is. We had some premium men's fashion, and I did some decent quality testing to ensure that these products were actually high quality. And we really kind of went around that. This is like a high quality Dapper's menswear fashion type of brand. And honestly, like I guarantee this was just a bunch of dads. Honestly, like we probably had the average customer was probably around 40 years old. But outerwear, you can see instantly that we had a ton of products, an absolute ton of them. You can kind of see where the different strategies started to develop. But yeah, with this store did really good, man. 2 million in sales in like a year. It was like 1 year, I think it was slightly over. Look at some of these things. Sadly enough, boys, these actually sold a lot. Crazy. Like some things that you would just never, and this sold too. It's just like, oh my God, like who's buying this, man? Some stuff would just pop. Like I think that is god awful hideous. Same with that, but they would just sell, man. It was super weird. So to go over the strategy with this store, it was basically just bulk test products. It's quite literally it. Like I thought this would pop. This did horrible. Dude, this got like no sales. Like so weird. Like Facebook is bizarre. Stupidest shirt ever. Literally got sales. So weird, man. But yeah, this store, the strategy was literally just test like 10 products a day. Import these products really quick. Like look at this description, man. Ooh, little colors. Look like blue and then navy, literally same color, like just kind of ghetto, but simple, right? Easy. You know what you're getting. With the quick little description, you'd put like a little 2 sentences together, and then you'd have little based on 5 reviews, and there's some reviews in there. I think they don't show up anymore though, because this store, it's not in commission. Like this is old, man. So I'd have a VA that I would pick all the products. I'd bring them into Oberlo, and we don't use Oberlo anymore, so this is back in the day. But I'd put him into Oberlo, and then he would come in and put the descriptions in. I'd pick out the photos, and we would import like 10 products a day and just test them on Facebook ads. It was crazy. But shoes did really good. Here's a little, I saw someone advertising this today on Facebook ads, ton of likes. So literally I might have to start another fashion store like this again and give it another shot. These did really good. Where's our space smash? This was the top, and I custom made that photo on Canva, and that's why it popped. So the big secret in this one, this was the second best seller. It was these little images that I would make, and it was super easy, right? Like you just put it on Canva, take the background out. I just looked up like space picture and literally just put it on and add a little shadow. Like so easy. Same with this, like literally just put a city in the back. So dumb. This one, it already came like that. But I would make like, because a lot of people, there was decent competition of people doing this as well, like bulk testing products. This one did pretty good too. See, I just put these little backgrounds in them and stuff, but there's a decent amount of competition. And so me having a different creative, it didn't look the exact same as everyone else, because usually everyone's doing this, like the stock AliExpress image. So I would try to customize them up a little bit, or add like a carousel of all the images, or do these little tweaks to help it do a little bit better. We did a notable amount of sales in accessories, but I think the real stuff was like shoes and outerwear. Like these did pretty decent. Man, this is such a throwback. Seeing some of these, I haven't been in here in so long. But yeah, this store did really good. Some pants did great. These ones did really good. These ones did good. Yeah, so the main strategy to break it down is basically just that. Like so simple, like run picture ads on Facebook, do some basic targeting, throw 10 products into Facebook ads a day, $200 budget on each product. And if it made money, great. If it didn't, who cares? Because if you do 10 in a day, usually like 2 of them would be decent. So those ones would cover your cost. And then sometimes like 1 of them would be a huge winner, like this one, like huge sales, like easy 6 figures, just this product. So when you're bulk testing, it would just make up for itself, right? So you would just keep throwing spaghetti at the wall and wait for something to stick. And that was basically it. Super simple, super easy. Just throw money in ads. You have a product that's doing good, just throw money in ads. Oh, your product burnt out, fizzled out. You wouldn't focus on, oh, I'm gonna make a new ad of it, or, oh, I'm gonna order it to my house and make a video ad. Nope, get rid of the product, get a next one in. And just go fast. And there are a ton of people still doing this strategy. I was kind of mind blown. Some of the people that I've met mentioned that they still do this strategy, this exact thing on Facebook. So the thing with Facebook, and we'll get into all this stuff again, jumping ahead of myself, just like the last video, that's probably something I'm going to do a lot in this course, but Facebook has waves of strictness and waves of leniency. So when Facebook's doing good, when their earnings are good, they're on track, they get very strict with the people who can advertise. But when they're struggling like they have been, their earnings reports are down, they're losing a ton of money, stocks are down, they let almost anyone advertise. So it gets a lot easier. And if you're not breaking any rules, it's kind of easy to get back on Facebook, so I'm told. So I'm going to be attempting to get on Facebook through this course. I'm going to be making a store with you guys and just kind of having fun. I'm not going to try to like take the store to 6 figures or 7 figures or something. Potentially I could, who knows, but it's really hard to do that because if I release the store, like, hey, this is my product, here's the store, it's in the course, then everyone else does it and it's too hard to scale up. So yeah, I'm gonna make a store and run some ads on it and kind of goof around and show you guys the exact strategies and frameworks, but I'm not gonna try to really scale it. But honestly, if you guys started a store like this, I really think you could have some big success. Just focus on a certain niche. Focus on, like, this was like street style, like menswear. Focus on something specific, and I'll really get into it in the other videos when I show other stores, other case studies. When I'm looking for products, I'm going to be doing live product research with you guys and really diving into everything at a very intense but understandable level. So yeah, you'll see that this strategy is something a lot of people are still doing to this day. Just simple picture ads, test a million products a day, and just when something sticks, hope it can get you to that 6-7 figure range just from one product and just keep going. When it comes to like the advertising method itself of like the strategy that I did, I'll go over that in the Facebook ad stuff, but it was basically is super simple. Just a Facebook ad image that is this exact image, like your front image of the product, basic, like 2 sentences, get them to click in. Super basic, easy website to check out. And usually my assumption is like some dude's on his phone at 4 a.m. It's like, oh, I might need to get this. Oh, what is it? Simple. All right. You're selling to dudes, right? Like they don't want to go, oh, is it my size? Oh, is it going to shrink? They don't really care, right? So men are like easier to sell to. So I think it was easy to get sales through this simple thing. But on the flip side, women are easier to sell to. Like they'll buy things more, but you have to kind of appeal to them more, right? Like if you're selling women's clothes, you have to have all the information, all that stuff. So I think that's why this like bare bones strategy really worked good, is because we were targeting dudes. They're like, I don't care. That looks nice. Fitted turtleneck sweater, whatever. Add to cart, easy. All right, I'll go to checkout. And honestly, like we were just printing sales with products, man. Like this strategy was working really good. Okay, so to give you a quick run through, we had like 20,000 page likes, which is kind of crazy just from running ads. Here's kind of a look at some of our ads. So this was literally it. 2020 fractal design shirt or fractal dress shirt. Hurry up, our 50% off sale ends soon. And just a link in there. And then they also have the button link right here when it's like a running ad. And that was it, man. Like so stupid, so easy. You would just throw 1,000 of these up every single day and try to get people to purchase. It was like kind of like a lottery. It was kind of like a gamble of like, oh, is this product going to work? Oh, I think this one's good. Oh, is this one good? No, this one's going to suck. And then, oh, this one worked. This one didn't. And it was pretty fun just throwing these products up and kind of seeing what happens. Shoes were really good, but yeah, everything was like down to a science. Like we had the exact ad copy. We'd copy and paste, change the product name, put in the link, boom, done. And we would just bulk do them. It was a pretty fun but tedious process. And these were some of the ads that were posted. So this ad, these are not all of our ads. These are just some of them. There's things called ghost ads. Like when you make an ad inside of the ads manager, it's just kind of like its own post that's floating around in Facebook. But these were kind of like spark ads where you make the ad using the Facebook post itself. So all the likes and all of the comments go onto your page, if that makes sense. So these were like our page post ads. We had a ton of ads that would just float around and those would get a ton of sales. But yeah, that was basically our framework. It was super easy. Just copy and paste, throw up a product, and it was really fun. And we did a ton in sales. When it comes to like things that I could have done better, I think I could have upgraded the store a bit, the design, right? Have more reviews, have a little more social proof, have some better images. But I think the thing that truly would have been the best that I could have done is just test more products. I should have tested 20 a day. I should have hired people and tested 100 products a day because it worked. We were making money. The methodology behind it, the math behind it made sense. The risk to reward ratio made sense. So I should have just scaled harder. But this was my first like really, really big successful store. I had other stores that hit $1 million in sales and stuff, but this one just took off to a different level. Very fast, very quick, 2 million in a year. This was the space mesh sneaker. This was just one of the creatives. We had a bunch of different creatives for that one, selling socks and a bunch of stuff like that. Even tried some underwear. This one did not do too good. Yeah, this is another creative. We had a bit of creatives for that sneaker. So if I had to give kind of like a lesson that I learned from this store, the biggest thing was just think big and act big, right? Because the biggest thing that I could have done is just scaled this up more. I should have invested more. I should have had 5-10 employees that are scraping products, finding them based on my product research criteria. They send them to the virtual assistant that puts them into the page. And then I could have even hired a media buyer to run the ads. I just show them the framework. And I could have scaled this up to millions a month in sales, right? The framework worked. I just needed to scale it. So I think the biggest thing that this store taught me is it's possible. Think bigger. You can execute bigger. And this was a big learning lesson on Facebook ads. I had some other like fashion pages in the past. If you've seen my YouTube videos, I kind of talk about those. They're not up anymore, or else I'd do a case study on them. Like the Shopify isn't set up. Like for me to be in here showing you guys the analytics, I still have to pay $30 a month. So I've been paying $30 a month forever on this store just so I can use it as a case study just for you guys, just to kind of show what's up, right? Just to use it as a teaching opportunity. But yeah, the biggest thing I can say is this strategy still works. People are still doing it, and I will show you guys in depth how to do it when we get to the Facebook ads. strategy, but I wanted to teach you guys kind of like what the TikTok method looks like in a rough sense and what the Facebook method looks like in a rough sense. Obviously, you can do any product on TikTok, any style store on TikTok, any style store on Facebook, but these kind of seem to be a good example of what I've come to find a lot of other big e-com dudes are doing, is kind of some things along these lines. And in my next video, I'm going to break down tons of different brands, different stores, why they're good, why they're bad. It's going to be a very, very fun, in-depth video where I just come in, break down all these stores, show you guys some product research, show you guys some things that are good, some things that are bad. And that's going to give you guys a full-blown understanding of what kind of things you might want to pursue on your store, right? Do you want to focus more on Facebook? Do you want to focus more on TikTok? And ultimately, there's a lot of strategies, right? There's a million ways to make $1 million. But the objective of this course is to teach you the paths that I've seen work and to teach you the paths that I've seen work for other people, to show you guys what the big players are doing. So as much as I would love to just say, hey, this is the one strategy, this is what works, only do this, it's just not the case, right? It's just not realistic. So I want to show you guys absolutely everything. If you have any questions, make sure about this store, my past store, make sure you throw those in the community group. Make sure you guys are reaching out to all the people in your community, welcoming anyone who comes in, and just being super responsive there. That stuff means the world to me, and I will try to be doing the exact same with you guys, making posts in there and just having fun with you guys. So let me know if there's any questions with this store. I'm happy to revisit and make another video, a new video going over any topics you guys want. So this course will obviously be growing. I will be adding in videos. I'll be taking away some videos if a certain strategy doesn't work. Your guys' success is my biggest focus. So anything I can do to make this course better for you guys, please let me know. And I will see you guys in the next video where we're going to be going over top niches, top stores, giving you different examples of good stores, bad stores, and all that fun stuff. So I will see you in there. All right, guys, welcome into the next video. I hope you enjoyed the case studies, the walkthroughs of my past brands. Today, we are going to be jumping into some top niches and store examples of good niches, of things that I know works, things that when I go to big networking events, I see that other people are doing, things that I can genuinely recommend to you because I've either done them myself or I know a lot of people that are very big in this space and they're also focusing on these types of niches and these types of stores. So this is going to be a little bit more of a candid one. I kind of want to stay away from scripting. In the first module, I was very strict on making sure the message that I gave you was very tailored to what I think people need when they're starting in this journey of getting into success, journey of kind of holding themselves accountable and making money on their own terms, right? So those ones were very scripted, and these ones I want to be a little bit more candid, focus on value, focus on realness, and just giving you guys my direct thoughts and trying to also stay to the point, because sometimes when I script, I can get a little bit too in depth and really like have the goal of over explaining to make sure people get it. So today in this one, we're going to go over the top niches, the store examples with them, and really just show you guys what I think you should be focusing on with your store. In the next couple of videos, we're going to be getting into like building your skyscraper and what that means and really setting the foundation for your store for long term. Then we're also going to be getting into like AI and how you can use it to help benefit your store and kind of take off some of the workload that you would usually have to do. I always say drop shipping is just getting easier and better. Some of the systems are harder, but we have so many tools nowadays to help us. Then we'll jump into the stuff that you guys really want to learn of, like how to find winning products, the blueprint of what a winning product looks like, all that stuff. But today I really want to get into the top stores and examples and really just show you guys what you should be shooting for. So like I said before, we're going to be going over what works, and some of the best stores that I've seen are stores in the beauty niche, stores that the product solves a problem, clothing, and the Facebook direction of like really focusing on just selling a mass amount of clothes and only doing Facebook ads. That's what I did on Street Style Men, and I'll go over some other stores that are doing it right now. And I can almost guarantee they're bringing in at least $400K a month around that area, if not a ton more. And that's just based off me seeing some of their Facebook ads. And then the last one is passion communities. So if you're selling something to hikers or something to golfers or gamers or people that are into chess or something where that person, the thing that they're into is almost like a part of their identity. Like they're very passionate about it. They go to events for it. Like it's it's something they really care about. If you have a store that's focused on people like that, that's going to do really well. So those are my 4 examples. So the first topic we're really going to dive into is beauty. All right, guys. So the first brand we're going to go over is called 4Chicks. So these guys, I believe, got started as a dropshipping company just selling the enhancing serum for like your eyelashes. And then they branched out into more products. So this is an extremely, extremely simple brand. It's very good name, very good target audience. They're only doing one thing, right? 4Chicks. Like it's a girl's beauty product, and they don't sell like everything in the whole world. Let's hit shop and go over their products. So they have for lash, only 3 products, for brow, only 3 products, and some bundles. This is why they're doing so good. They don't have to manage inventory of like 500 different products and all these different variants and different colors and, oh, this focuses on this and this focuses on that. They have a very simple offer, and that's why they do good. Let's think of Chick-fil-A. Let's think of In-N-Out Burger. These companies don't have huge menus. They don't have a ton of products, and that's why they do a ton better than some of these other companies. They have higher profit margins. If you go look at the profit margins of McDonald's compared to Chick-fil-A and In-N-Out, it's just a way better business model. Let's think of Apple. Right now they're getting into tons of variants, but essentially they have a simple product, a simple offer. You know what you're getting. These guys have a great brand. They have absolutely amazing simple products, and I'm assuming they work great, or else they wouldn't have been able to scale this high. But I can promise you guys, this store got started in around probably 2016 because these were popping in 2016. These eyelash serums, they're also doing really good right now. And these like lash products, like this lash brow thing, dude, this was like one of the first products I tested like out of high school. Like, this is some old stuff, but they just capitalized it. They scaled it up. They made it big. They made it real. They put teams behind it. And essentially, this is what we want to go for, right? I can almost guarantee, I'd bet my life on it. They started with the eyelash serum. It got traction. They said, hey, this is getting a ton of sales. Let's order these in bulk. Let's put our brand name on it. Let's maybe put a better case on it. Let's maybe speak with some people that can enhance our formula. Let's invest in making this product better. And that's all they did. Right? They were getting a shit ton of sales through drop shipping. They scaled it up. They had money to invest. They got it in inventory. There's only one variant of this. That's a very easy product to just like improve on and just order bigger unit amounts. I'm sure they're selling on Amazon too now. So they have all these sales channels. You can even sell on like Walmart retail and really scale out into something crazy. So this is ultimately the thing that I think is best. There's that clothing brand route that we talked about, and we'll go in way more depth on it. But I think this branding long-term, have one simple problem-solving product and scaling it out and growing it and improving upon the product and really building a brand that gets customers and doesn't get sales, because right, we want people to repeat purchase. We want people to be like, wow, this eyelash enhancing serum is so good. I bet their lash bundle is really good that has this mascara. I bet their eyebrow products are really good. And then these guys get your favorite influencer saying they use the product, and it's, you can see how you can really like take territory of a certain market just by having one product that does good. Then they're doing really smart with bundles to build up the AOV. I'm sure this ultimate kit's $100+. Oh, 85. See, really simple, really like, I guess I'll say pretty landing page. They have tons of news outlets. They've probably been around for a really long time. Their site's really simple. It's understandable. You know what you're getting. You know what's going on. They have a ton of reviews, but it's really simple, guys. This isn't too hard to get to. It's not like they're launching rocket ships here and doing complex science and math. Like, this is really easy. You just get one winning product and you just scale it out based on what you think a real brand would do, because you are a real brand, right? Once you get your product going, you order it in bulk, you change it up, you improve it, and you do have a real brand. So these guys are really good. I highly recommend studying them. And a really cool way you can study brands is go to their most expensive product, which I'm assuming is the ultimate kit. It's got to be the ultimate kit. Add it to cart. Put all your information in. Right before you go to like check out and purchase it, just exit out. You're going to start getting hit with their Facebook ads, their Instagram ads, their YouTube ads, everything. And you can see what advertising channels they're utilizing, what ways they're retargeting you, what offers are they throwing in your way. Sign up for their email list. See how they're emailing you. What do their emails look like? And literally just extrapolate this and apply it to yourself and take over a different industry or be a competitor for them. Saturation is a good sign that something's working. You just need to be different or better, right? So really good stuff here. I really like this brand. All right, guys, now that we went over 4Chicks, let's talk about Silly George. And these guys, I'm assuming, are like the exact same thing. It looks like they have more of a focus on like actual lashes. So let's hit shop on check. And it just shows like, guys, you just have to be different. Like, just speak to a different like subcategory within the scope of like women's beauty products. Just focus on like a different little area there. talk to people in a different way with a different focus, like a sub focus, and you can do really good because saturation just means that people need these products, right? How many like teeth whitening companies are there? How many like toothpaste companies are there? Deodorant companies? It's just a huge market. So if you can speak directly to a specific group of people within the market, you can usually take a pretty decent size of the pie for yourself. So let's look over them. It looks like they probably got their start drop shipping eyelashes, which was very big. It might not sound like it was big, but drop shipping eyelashes was big. So I'm assuming they got there and then expanded out. This is something that High Smile has done as well in the teeth whitening industry, which we'll go over them. Yeah, they start ordering their stuff in bulk inventory. They start customizing it. It's the same story, right? But these guys have a little bit of a different approach. They have like lashes, magnetic lashes. They have the serum. They could have started with the serum, then got into lashes. You never really know, but this is just another example of someone you can study within the beauty niche. And I guarantee these guys are pulling some crazy numbers. If you go check out their Facebook, go check out their Instagram, you can see that they have a decent following on their brand. It looks like they're getting like no views. They might have bought followers. That's actually super funny. But yeah, these guys, I mean, for a company to have all of these products in bulk inventory with their name on it, it shows what level of success they're at, right? You can see the level of risk if they have like thousands of these in inventory with all these different products. And that's another thing, is maybe these guys are going a little bit too overboard with different variants, but it seems like there's a ton of different lash options. So I'm assuming that's something they kind of needed to do. But yeah, I think personally, I think I could advise them to go a little bit more simple. Study them, study these guys. If you're getting into the beauty niche, I just want to go over decent examples that I think you guys can study if you want to kind of dive into that market. So feel free to add these products to cart and kind of study them as well. All right, guys, this is another company I want to talk about. They're kind of more on like the Kylie Cosmetics, Kylie Skin type angle of like beauty. But what's cool is I'm pretty sure this is a Utah company. One of my friends is actually like managing the marketing or managing some aspect within the company. I'm not really sure. It's just kind of like someone I went to high school with, so we're not like super close. But these guys, I don't think they got started drop shipping. I think they did come out with their own custom formulas and stuff for their products, but these guys are huge. I know for a fact they're doing millions a month in sales. And this is something that you can aspire to become inside the beauty industry. So get started with some sort of product that solves a problem in the beauty space. Make some awesome content, get some beautiful models to be like a scroll stopper. A beautiful person in the marketing, like a girl, it's a scroll stopper for dudes. It's a scroll stopper for girls because they want to look like her and stuff. So girls are a big hack with advertising, but study these people and understand how to kind of make yourself seem very professional, simple, minimalistic. They do have a pretty decent size offer of products, but honestly, I would assume that they're essentially like private labeling serums that already exist. I almost doubt that they've custom made all of these serums. It seems more likely that they just have their own packaging. They have their own branding and stuff like that for serums and kind of like mixtures or solutions that already exist, which is a really big theme in the beauty space. But I know for a fact these guys are bringing in stupid money. They have awesome reviews. Genuinely, everywhere you look, it seems like people really love these products. So maybe I am wrong. Maybe they are custom developing all of these. But this just kind of shows you, once you have your one success, once you have a stream of revenue coming in, you can really build out something absolutely amazing. Go study like the influencers these guys work with. Go study some of their marketing campaigns. Really dive in deep on influencers. I think that's where these guys are getting a lot of their stuff. I'd assume they're crushing it on Facebook and YouTube primarily. I haven't seen them on TikTok, but that's what's cool is once you kind of come in here, put in all your info, you'll start getting targeted on all of the different channels that they use. But yeah, I know for a fact these guys are making absolutely dumb money. They have body care, wellness, fragrance, beauty, skincare bundles. Let's check their best sellers real quick. Perfume, skin bundle, and see 174. They're getting you to buy premium product. It has good reviews, so I'm assuming it works really good, but they're getting you to buy a kit. They're getting you to buy something large. Like look at all of these prices are decently high. The average order value, like every time someone purchases from their store, I bet is an average of $50 to potentially like $80 per order. So they can spend a lot on marketing to grab a customer. And then they're not grabbing a sale, they're grabbing a customer. They're grabbing a person that's going to try all their other products because they use one and they realize, wow, this is really high quality. This actually
gets rid of my acne, or this actually makes my eyebrows look really good, or my teeth whiter, or oh, their fragrance is really good. And so they start kind of falling in love with the brand and buying all of their products. And then if they do that, you can see how someone can be spending thousands of dollars a year on your beauty products. And that's something that women are very willing to do to kind of match up with the beauty standard that they're holding themselves. So just some more things to think about. I really think studying this brand is a very good move if you're jumping into this space. All right, guys, now let's jump into the clothing space. So this is a brand that I found on Facebook ads. So before making this video, I was studying a bunch of Facebook ads. I was just sitting there scrolling, and I found some pretty good examples. Almost every company I'm talking about is someone I found on the ads other than Dime. And these guys are really funny. They're really unique and interesting because their website sucks. Like, this is super street style men vibes. And it just kind of proves that it's still working now. So basically, I think the two best options you can dive into when it comes to like making a store that's going to make you a lot of money is the really long-term path with finding the products that solve a problem and creating the brand, or just bulk testing a shit ton of clothes. Those seem like the two best opportunities within dropshipping today. The clothing route is obviously a little quicker, I'd assume, based on my experience, and you have more like room for failure, but it's not going to be as long term. Like if you start the brand and you get that product and really create like a Dime type company, that's where you're worth like 100 million. That's like where you're actually getting huge valuations. You can exit the company and do like some really big shit. But this is more the route of like, I can make 6 figures a month profit with my store, but I probably wouldn't be able to like sell the company. You probably could, but it wouldn't be anywhere near that realm of like Dime, of like making a real company. So I did want to share that. But these guys are interesting because when I found their Facebook ad, it seemed like they were only focused on like cowboy Western shit. So they're called the Cowboy Elf. Super weird name. I'm assuming they're like a very Christian based, traditional, like US typical Republican vibe a little bit. And this is where I was talking about like find a big community and then find a subcategory in that community and make products for them, because you can basically own that whole subcategory. So I don't know. Personally, I think these are awful. I wouldn't be caught dead wearing these, but they all have this logo on them, which is interesting because it's not even their logo. So I'm wondering, did they just find drop shipping products that all seem to like have these logos on them, or are they actually ordering themselves and putting it on there? So interesting question, because a lot of these, like I know for sure these are drop shipped. Like there's no way all of these are custom that they have in their warehouse with all the different sizes. Because let's see, just one item, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different sizes, and 3XL. That's so Chinese. That's so China sizes that they're refitting into men's sizes. But that's their whole Western cowboy section. Then they have a faith section, where it kind of comes in with that cross there. So they're doing mass scale products into subcategories of like faith, of like cowboy stuff. And ultimately, like some of these things might seem extremely weird to some people, but to that person that you're speaking their language, that passion group, it really hits, and it's something that they want to wear. So they're doing the street style men approach, testing anything and everything they can get their hands on. Hey, if it doesn't work on ads, who cares? Let's test the next one and just keep going. So yeah, 25 pages. So this is street style men's strategy, and it shows that it works. These guys are running ads right now, and they have a huge store, and I bet they are making $1 million a month. I really think they are. I bet each category is bringing in multiple 6 figures. It's crazy how much potential you can really get into. That's where it's interesting. Like they have some products that are the same. So, but I'm still assuming this is totally drop shipping. There's just absolutely no way. Even companies like Fashion Nova and Shein are still drop shipping products, but they're at like the mass level of like owning some of these manufacturing centers and distribution, and they're really crushing it. They've monopolized the entire kind of fast fashion China. These guys are getting a small piece of that pie that Fashion Nova and Shein are taking over. Because if you look at Shein, I believe they're at like a 50. They're worth a ton. It's in the billions. It looks like they might be having some issues now. That's interesting. But again, these guys are just focusing on different categories. So it's super weird. I would think Cowboy Elf. I don't know. That just sounds so bizarre to me. But hey, it works. It kind of shows that your store doesn't need to be pretty. Your name doesn't have to be that perfect. It looks like they might have, I'm guessing they paid for a contract, paid for like licensing with the Bills football team. I'm not into sports. I don't know too much, but that is actually really interesting. And this is where you can run a store that like some of the products are legit. Like some of the products are like custom things you're making, but a majority of them are still like drop ship stuff. I'd assume this is maybe like a print on demand approach. Like they paid for licensing and then they're doing print on demand, because I just know for a fact they're not holding inventory of all this stuff. See, just focusing on one community and giving them like all the options they could potentially want. I really wish I could pull up some numbers and show exactly what these guys are pulling. Usually like hot sale is like the best sellers section, so you can see like maybe this is their top products. This is the one I saw everywhere. So you could basically jump in and start testing this out, make a cowboy store, start pumping this shit, because I guarantee you'd get some sales. Absolutely guarantee, especially since Facebook is getting more in like a safe area of where you can actually advertise, because their sales are so low. They have very low earnings reports each quarter. So they're like letting anyone advertise because they're sinking ship, in my opinion. But it's still going to be good for a while. But yeah, these are probably their top selling products. Yeah, everything's just niche, bro. Like everything's just like you either love it or hate it, which is good, right? You want love it or hate it products. So the people that hate it just won't watch your ad, because you want someone that isn't interested in your product. You want them to leave your ad quick, right? Like you don't want them sitting watching your whole ad. You have to pay for them to click, pay for them to do all these things. You want them to get out. If you don't like it, like your hook should grab the person who wants this product and get rid of everyone else who doesn't. And you do that by speaking their language, and we'll get into all this stuff. But yeah, study these guys. I can guarantee you they're making $1 million a month in sales without a doubt. All right, guys. So we are now in the section of people that are doing drop shipping clothes, but they're doing it really well, because this feels like a real brand. First off, Aha Selected. Interesting. Super drop shippy vibe, in my opinion. I think that's a horrible name. But this store looks real, right? This stuff looks real, but I can promise you they're drop shipping. They probably have sections like this where it's actually, they got models, they're best sellers, they're putting people in. But a lot of these pictures, especially the men's section, you can tell they're drop shipping. Right here, this is drop ship vibes. You can just tell. Super drop ship vibes. So they're probably doing some stuff legit. Like this, they probably designed these. They're probably like working on their brand. But a lot of the stuff and how they got started is drop shipping. Like this is drop ship stuff all day. So you can see how you can mix it in. Most importantly, the men's section, super drop shippy. Drop shipping product. All these are screaming AliExpress that I've literally sold those myself. They're on Street Style Men. You can go find them. Yeah, this is drop shipping, boys. Without a doubt, no way around it. So yeah, they're doing really good, because you wouldn't really guess, right? Like anyone that doesn't really know the industry or doesn't really know what's going on would be like, wow, this is like a legit brand. So, and it is, right? Like they are doing stuff that makes them a legit brand. They are ordering things in bulk. They are getting like custom photography done, models and stuff, but dude, like all of this men's stuff's drop shipping. So, and you can grab images from AliExpress and customize them and make them look uniform to your store to make things look really good. But yeah, this is all drop shipping stuff. Study them if you want to jump into the clothes industry, because they're doing branding really well and it does feel very legit. All right, guys, now we have like Sovereign Shoes or whatever. They have their spelling a little bit interesting, but look at this. Drop shipping. Street Style Men has these products. I've seen them running ads with huge amount of likes, huge amount of favorites. So this is still working right now. It's just a pure testament. You can see at the bottom, they have like their featured product, which is these shoes. And this is what I saw the ad for. This is a product I used to run in the past, so I can guarantee you it's working now. The fact they're selling for 20 is insane. So I bet they are bulk ordering the fuck out of these, and they are probably getting them for like an unreal cheap price, because selling for 20 is crazy. I think I was getting them for like 10, and you're not running enough of a profit margin. But this is just more proof to this like clothing aspect of just like trying different things. It looks like these guys are only focusing on shoes. It looks like they're kind of a new store. I doubt they're making like a ton of money, but it was interesting because I saw this with a ton of likes. Like I think it was like 100,000 likes or something insane. So they're definitely making good money, but it looks like they're new to this industry, and it looks like they're kind of limiting themselves only to shoes, which can be good because then it makes you look even higher quality. It makes you look better and more trustworthy. But I wanted to show this because these are products that I've literally tested and they're working right now. So it's another testament to the strategy working. All right, guys, next we have like Rovux footwear. Dropshipping product, dropshipping, all these shoes. They look all cool. Whoa, custom designer level shoes or something. These are ghetto, bro. These are AliExpress ass shoes, and they're selling them for $120. So it is crazy. These guys are making dumb money. Their store looks really good. They've got to have awful reviews because I've sold these shoes. Like I know they suck, but I don't know, they have like ambassadors, they're taking things to the next level. So maybe people just don't mind. Maybe the design is so cool that they're down to have like some clunky ass shoe. But these guys also did have, I noticed on their ad, they did have a shoe that has their name on it. So they had one that was probably their best seller. I've literally sold this shoe before. I've sold this shoe before. I've sold this one. It didn't work out good for me. They don't have my space mesh sneaker, which is crazy. But yeah, like they're just putting a cool name on it. It looks so unique that you're like, oh, this has to be custom made. Oh, it's $110. Oh my God, like this is some cool random stuff. I'm going to have the coolest shoes nobody's ever seen. This is AliExpress, bro. I promise you, I promise. And yeah, they're probably making absolutely stupid money. Yeah, so they have some little like merch. This is all print on demand though. They probably took some of their own pictures in a couple of them. But yeah, men's jogger, bro, AliExpress. But it looks really good, right? Like it does look trustworthy. Like, wow, they have their own stuff. Dude, you can get in Printful, attach it to your store in a microsecond, make your own design on your own shirt, and make your brand look even that much realer because, oh, we have merch, right? Like you can just trick your way in. So this is why I say like drop shipping is easier than it's ever been. We have more tools. We have more of an infrastructure. We have more community and possibilities and marketing opportunities with TikTok and all these things where it's like, it's genuinely never been this easy, but the barrier of entry is getting higher. It is getting harder in a sense, but if you just know what you're doing, it's so easy. So big ups to these guys. They are crushing